We got our boy a year after he had finished his racing career. He had sat on the field for a year. He came to us in January, and we started our training process. I have to say, I made a promise then. I had no expectations. I was going to love him regardless of what he accomplished, what he could do. I had high hopes, and once we started training, he was a willing participant. He wasn't mean about it. He was a little spooky, but he was not a mean horse. He tried to please. He was just very confused and very green. So, first couple rides, I would say, went well. He was not responsive to the legs and he wasn't bending, but he was figuring it out. And then as it went on, he was a beautiful mover, really extending, starting to get a headset, just really starting to come into his own. And I was extremely happy with the progress that was being made. So I had very high hopes. I was hoping to pull jumps out at some point and start trying to train this big boy to jump. But then we had some minor setbacks that hit us. He all of a sudden started to stumble and trip and have a lot of issues with his back end. He fell with me on him. His tail started swishing really bad, and he started reacting as if he had ulcers as well, which he did. So not only did he have EPM, he also had ulcers, which is contributing to a lot of the issues we started to have. And he was just unstable. It wasn't fair to continue riding him. He had to go under treatment, and we had to bring him back to what he could do. So he did start treatment, and we started a slow rehabilitation. One of those exercises being trying to reconnect his muscles and spine back up to his rear end. Those muscles had to get worked again, all those tiny muscles that don't get worked easily. And he just had to get a reconnection to his rear. So that's what this exercise was, as well as other stretches. And then we started retraining after a while. The rides were short. We went back to 10, 15-minute rides. Not much longer than that. Sometimes 20. Now we're up to about 20, 25 minutes. But that's about it. We kind of keep everything slow and steady. As I tell him all the time, slow and steady wins this race. I'm not in any speed race to get this training completed, to get him where I want him to be. And he may never be where I want him to be. We have noticed his right rear leg is most affected by the EPM, so he's a little stiff and a little wonky back there. But we're making progress, and I'm extremely happy with it.